For the best deals on tires and rims, go to tiresourcecanada.ca. And don't forget to use their promo code HOC5 for a 5% discount on all the online orders. The link is in the description below. Leasing cars is a waste of money. Here's what a lot of people say. Not me. I've been leasing cars for over 16 years, and this is my 8th car. I usually get my cars at a 4-year lease, 24,000 kilometers a year, which is a standard lease. You can obviously increase or decrease your term. 4 years is just a sweet spot, and the math doesn't add up, right? 16 years, 8 cars, that's like 2 years. Yeah, because you obviously always have the option to get out of the lease early if you want to, by having somebody take over your lease or trade in your car, which I did a lot because I get bored. Like, I love the cars I get, but then there's always new love. I love technology way too much to stick to one car. And this is where I will tell you what are the advantages of leasing and why it works for me and a lot of other people. Well, the first one I just gave away. If you are somebody who changes their cars frequently, leasing is the way to go. Well, you could argue that why not just buy a car and then just sell it and then get a new one? Well, to that I would say, do you really want to go into the hassle of dealing with dealers or buyers if you're trying to sell privately? Do you really want to go through that hassle every single time, every few years? It is not good. People are not nice, inconsiderate when you're trying to sell something online. It is infuriating, which is why there are people would rather go, and they very well know that the trade-in value they're getting for the car from the dealer is substantially lower than the market value, but they don't want to deal with people. They don't want that inconvenience. They just want to get it over with. Yes, if you have the patience, you can get thousands of dollars more than what the dealer is offering. But not everybody has that kind of patience, and not everybody is a people's person. I don't want to get into the details of how people respond to ads when you're trying to sell a car, because I have, and yeah, I just don't have nice things to say. Also, if you know that you're going to change your car so frequently, why would you want to pay more every month for that car when you could pay a lot less by leasing it? Even worse, if you're paying cash, why would you want to block all that cash for something that you know you're going to get rid of in 4 years or less? Financially, it doesn't make any sense for me. Just like financially, it doesn't make any sense for a lot of people to lease a car, because that's money down the drain for them. Because maybe they don't love cars as much as some other people who want to just change frequently, or they just love something so much that they do see themselves driving it for the rest of their lives, or until they drive it to the ground. And there's nothing wrong with that either, but that's just not me. And I hate it when people say, oh, it's a business write-off, because in their head they think business write-off means you're getting all that money back. That's not how it works. I'll explain it. So let's say, for simplicity, your annual payments for a lease are $10,000. Now, if your business generates under $500,000 a year, your tax bracket is 13%. So what you're doing is you're saving that 13%, which of $10,000 is $1,300. And if you have only one car, obviously you can't write off the entire $1,300, because some portion of it is being driven for personal use. So usually a 60-40 split. Let's say 50-50. 1,300 divided by 2, 650. Yeah. So you have to spend $10,000 to save 650. Does that make any sense financially? No. So no. People, it's something. It's better than nothing. But that's not why people lease cars. Nobody would spend $10,000 a year or whatever their car payment is to save that insignificant amount of money. So yeah, no, that's not why people lease cars. That's not why I lease cars. It's because of all the other reasons I mentioned. Plus, you can write off, even if you buy a car in Ontario, up to $30,000 you can write off. So even if your car is $50,000 or $100,000, you can only write off $30,000 of it. In fact, that's better. You get an instant 13%, which is $3,900. Yeah. Buy a $30,000 car every year. Save $3,900 every year. Obviously, you're going to take a hit on the reselling the vehicle, but you know what I mean. So yeah, that whole tax write-off thing in people's mind is about leasing, particularly. Yeah, that's what it is, not what you think. Second thing is the liability. For those who follow my channel know that my EV6 was rear-ended, and the cost of repair, paid by insurance obviously, was around $15,000. Obviously, that resulted in depreciation of my vehicle. So whether, well, I sell it or trade it in, I'm going to take a substantial hit on it, which I tried when I was trying to get the EV9, and I decided to walk away and just drive the car to the end of the lease and then drop it off, because the depreciation is not mine. It's Kia Canada's, or in your case, like whatever you drive, right? When you lease a car from the manufacturer, I'm not talking about going to third-party companies and leasing cars from them. No, that's a separate story. You're on the hook. When you lease a brand new car from the manufacturer, they're taking the hit. So if you run into an accident, obviously you get it repaired by insurance, by an authorized, approved repair shop, body shop, and they fix it as per spec. You're good. I'm not saying that you go to a side shop and, you know, pay under the table and get a shoddy job done, and no, obviously then that's a different story. But like, if we're going through insurance, you're good. Just drop the vehicle at the end of the lease, and as long as there's no other damages like ripped seats and whatnot, which obviously they will charge you for, you're good. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. I have just over a year left on my EV6. At the end of the lease, I'm just going to let them know that, well, I plan to return it, and then they're going to inspect it, and obviously there's no, not obviously, I'm telling you, there's no damages on my wheels. Seats are in pristine condition. There's nothing wrong. The damage was repaired through insurance. So I'm not taking that hit. They are. I'm just gonna drop it off and walk away. Now, if this was a, if I owned it, that would have been my depreciation. The value of the vehicle would have dropped instantly. I'm taking that hit. No, thank you. And even that's really not an issue, because every car company offers lease protection. Obviously, it's optional. You have to pay for it. It just adds to your monthly payments, but you have that peace of mind, and it covers you for a certain amount of damage at the end of the lease when you drop it off. So yeah, there's that too. Leasing wins again. The other thing is how easy it is to get out of a lease and into one if you're taking over somebody's lease. You just have to go to the dealership, get approved, just like you would for any car. Once you're approved, both parties sign the documents and pick up the keys and walk away. Or in your case, if you're getting out of the lease, just drop the keys and walk away. It's that simple. And usually doesn't take too long. But if you're financing a vehicle, good luck with that. You can't just have somebody take over your payments. You would have to buy the car out, if you have the money for it, and then sell it to somebody. It's a painful process. So, yeah, went for the leasing again. And that's why I've been leasing cars for over 16 years, and I don't see myself buying one, at least for my daily driver. Those who follow my channel know that I do have a summer car that I bought pre-owned, but that's a second vehicle, and that's a separate story. So that doesn't count. I hope you found the video useful, and if you haven't already, please like, subscribe, comment, share, and thank you for watching.